In the world of business, knowledge isn't just power, it's your unfair advantage. This is Momentum, your deep dive into the books that shape the world's most successful leaders. Let's begin.
Have you ever been in a high-stakes meeting, feeling completely confident, until suddenly the CEO turns to you and asks a question you didn't prepare for?
Ugh, I know that feeling all too well. Your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty, and suddenly your brain, which was functioning perfectly 30 seconds ago, feels like it's been wiped clean.
Exactly. It's that agonizing silence that feels like it lasts an eternity. You mumble something incoherent, or worse, you say the first thing that comes to mind, only to realize 5 minutes later, usually while you're walking back to your desk, exactly what you should have said.
It's called staircase wit, the perfect comeback or the brilliant insight that only arrives when you're already walking down the stairs and the moment has passed. For many ambitious professionals, this isn't just an occasional embarrassment, it's a career bottleneck.
Statistics show that a huge percentage of our professional communication is actually spontaneous. It's not the polished keynote presentations, it's the Q&As, the elevator pitches, the feedback sessions, and the water cooler chats. If you can't handle those moments, you're essentially invisible when it matters most.
But what if there was a different way to think about this? What if you could train your brain to find the right words in real time, without the panic? This is the core question explored in the game-changing book, Think Faster, Talk Smarter, How to Speak Successfully When You're Put on the Spot by Matt Abrahams.
Matt Abrahams is a Stanford professor and a legendary communications expert. He realized that most of us approach spontaneous speaking all wrong. We think it's an innate talent. You're either born a quick wit or you aren't. But Abrahams argues that spontaneous speaking is a skill that can be broken down, practiced, and mastered.
The single most important, game-changing idea in this book is that better is better than best. Most of us freeze up because we are searching for the perfect response. We want to be brilliant, funny, and profound all at once. That pressure creates a cognitive load that actually shuts down our ability to think.
He calls it the perfectionism trap. When you try to be perfect, you're monitoring yourself while you're trying to speak. It's like trying to drive a car while staring at your own feet on the pedals. You're going to crash.
Let me tell you a story from the book that illustrates how this works in the real world. Imagine a project manager named Sarah. She's incredibly smart, but she hates being put on the spot. During a big project launch, her director asks, "Sarah, what's the long-term scalability of this plan?"
In the past, Sarah would have spiraled. She would have tried to give a 20-minute technical lecture to prove she knew everything. She would have stumbled, lost her place, and look unsure. But instead, she used Abraham's structure over substance framework.
Right. Instead of searching for the perfect answer, she used a simple structure called what, so what, now what.
It sounds simple, but it's a superpower. When the director asked about scalability, Sarah didn't panic. She followed the structure. First, the what. The current plan is built on a modular architecture. Then, the so what. This means we can add capacity without rebuilding the core, which saves us months of development time later. Finally, the now what. I'll have the full technical roadmap on your desk by Friday for the final sign-off.
Boom! In less than 30 seconds, she sounded authoritative, organized, and decisive. She didn't need to be perfect. She just needed a structure to house her thoughts. By lowering the bar for perfection and raising the bar for structure, she actually ended up sounding more brilliant than if she had spent 10 minutes rambling.
That what, so what, now what framework is a total pivot in how we think. It's not about what you know, it's about how you package what you know in the heat of the moment. Abraham shows that when you have a go-to structure, your brain stops worrying about what comes next and starts focusing on the person you're talking to.
It shifts the focus from your internal anxiety to external connection, and that is where the magic happens. When you stop trying to get it right and start trying to be of service to the listener, the words actually start to flow.
We've just scratched the surface here. The what, so what, now what framework is a lifesaver, but it's just the starting point for mastering the art of the spontaneous.
Exactly. This core idea is a game changer, but there is so much more to Matt Abraham's methodology. In the full 18-minute deep dive on momentum, we break down the 4-step process for managing anxiety before you even open your mouth. If you've ever felt your heart pounding in your throat, you need to hear this.
We also dive into the dare to be dull concept, a counterintuitive technique that actually makes you more creative. Plus, we explore the specific comparison-contrast structure that top executives use to win over skeptical boards.
And you don't want to miss the section on the one common mistake almost everyone makes during a Q&A session that completely undermines their authority. These are the granular, actionable details that separate someone who just gets through a conversation from someone who actually commands the room.
You don't have to live in fear of the unexpected question anymore. You can become the person who thrives when the pressure is on.
The full summary is waiting for you in the premium version of Momentum. We'll show you exactly how to implement these frameworks so the next time you're put on the spot, you won't just talk, you'll lead.
See you in the deep dive.